Why are you rolling with Brooks Koepka outright?
Yeah, mostly because I don't think he's priced properly. I would probably have put him at like plus 1,400. And by the way, this number has been bet down a little bit, but I put out this pick and the Hideki pick about 2 weeks ago across a lot of CBS Sports platforms, including on SportsLine. And Brooks was 20-1 then. It's 18-1 now. I think 18-1 is fine at most books. And Hideki actually got it 28-1. I think he's 25 to 22-1 now. So, like, listen, I think I've already kind of talked about it. Decky and Brooks, I think, are really, really good course fits. But Brooks, we've seen when he's not been injured at Augusta, which, there were a couple of years where he was dealing with a lot of injuries. He's been really, really good here. So I think we're kind of getting a discount on some of these live players because we haven't seen a lot of them, or we've seen some of them on live, but they're not actually winning tournaments. So they don't get sort of that Taylor Gooch bump or that Joaquin Neiman bump. So I'm happy to take Brooks there. Talked about Decky already. Cam Young, I mean, this really is a long shot here, but I really think his game suits Augusta quite well. And especially when you consider in the 2 years he's played here, he hasn't been that bad around the green. So if the short game can be okay, I do think he can be in the conversation. And at 55-1, I'm willing to find out. And Shane Lowry, we talked about him in the finishing position market. He's just one of those guys that's fully under the radar. And it's partly because he didn't play a lot at the beginning of the season, or at the beginning of 2024. And when he did, he was pretty bad up until Florida. So I don't think the market is really caught up. And by the way, Shane Lowry doesn't appear to be the best course fit because he's not one of those monsters off the tee. He's not necessarily a sexy name that we like to bet, but he's good with the long irons, and his off the tee game at Augusta has been very good. And we know when it comes to elements, he'll be good there, and the short game should be okay too. So 60-1 is not a gift per se, but it's one of those where it's like we might look back and be like, he probably should have been 35-1.
Great picks, and I'm with you on Matsuyama, but I'll tell you what, this week the gold star goes to Patrick McDonald because his picks are out of this world when it comes to his outrights. Why are you going with Xander and Jordan?
Yeah, Xander Schauffele 16-1. I dipped in last week when I was counting my money, thinking, I'm going to get an extra $100 on Xander from EC when Keith Mitchell wins the Texas Open.
Yeah, that was not happening. It
never happened. So I donated $100 of my own to the cause, to the Xander Schauffele Foundation. I mean, I just think the world of this guy. I think his game's in a really good spot. He's been there in major championships before. He hasn't gone out and grabbed one. And I think this is a time for him to grab one. Had a chance in 2019 with Tiger Woods winning, and also 2021 when Hideki Matsuyama won. So great history here, great history in major championships, great form, not going to overthink it. And then I also got trapped in the Jordan Spieth web at 22. There might be a 25 floating around. Still, if you can grab that, obviously love it more. I mean, this guy should have like 14 green jackets. It seems like between 2016, 2018, 2021, he crushed the field from tee to green, couldn't make a putt. Last year, he was close as well. So off the tee, he's in a really good spot. On the greens, he's in a really good spot. And those have kind of been his two big bugaboos the last 2 years. The iron play took a nice step in the right direction there in Texas. And I think the around the green game is just going to rebound because I know it's been poor over the last month, but that is Jordan Spieth's like MO. So it seems like the whole game should be there. We know what he can do at Augusta National. It's just, I mean, can he just be normal and like mentally sound for 72 holes? Who knows? But I'll take the chance at 22-1.
That's where the parlay strategy comes in as well. Find a pick out on the early wedge tomorrow morning see his pick if he doesn't give out a Masters pick tomorrow on the show. Parlay that with Jordan Spieth, you get him at 40-1, then we're all feeling good about that. Just throwing that out there. I mean, I don't really need to say a lot about my three because these guys covered him. Xander, top 10s and 6 of 8 this season. Here's the only thing that I question about him. He has nothing higher than a T10 in a major since the U.S. Open of 2021. That's a little scary about that. He seriously, he has not gone higher than T10 since 2021. If my stats are correct, you might want to double check me here, Patrick, but I swear I was looking
T10 in last year's Masters.
Right, T10, but he hasn't gone higher than that. I mean, I'm looking for somebody
36-hole leader at the U.S. Open in the mix.
Show me the win. I mean, unless we're playing FRLs, which I guess you are this week, I want to see winners. Anyways, I think Xander has a good shot. Listen, Jordan Spieth, you just have to at Augusta, and you have to at next week for the RBC Heritage. He gained more than 9 shots, ball striking another with a putter last week in San Antonio. He seems long overdue to win a major again. The last time he won a major, 2017. It's kind of crazy to think about. Then Matsuyama's playing out of his mind right now. Tee to green, he's in his last 2 tournaments combined more than 25 strokes up against the field. Tee to green. That's wild. Now he's lost 2 strokes putting in each of the last 2 tournaments. If he can just putt neutral, like last year or in 2021 when he won, he gained less than 2 strokes putting, but he was so good everywhere else. And Patrick said last week on the show, if you all watched, that right now Hideki Matsuyama is the best player in the world around the greens. You're right, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So if Hideki can just putt a little bit above average, I think we have a pretty good shot here